contribution, not just in Gaza, but with the United Nations. And several, and then I meet them here.
You meet them everywhere. I met a few graduates in Uganda when I was there during the summer as well. They
and it's a great thing. I think it's great credit to UCG as well, what it has been able to inculcate in the students, this sense of friendships that endure.
Could you describe, President, what was going through your mind, if you can recollect, when you went down in February? Were you hit by waves of nostalgia for NUIG? Or were you going back to an institution that had changed enough? I mean, an awful lot since you went in the 1960s. In the early 1960s, there would have been perhaps about 2,000 or 3,000 students there in total.
Yes.
The institution that's there today is a very different institution in some senses. There are tens of thousands of students, and it has rolled right up the banks of the Corrib. Or do you essentially see it as the same institution? Is there a familiarity to it that has remained unchanged and unwavering over the years?
Yes, the buildings would have changed. When I started in sociology and politics, for example, there were only the two of us, Professor Edmund Dugan, sadly now departed, and he lived in St. Anthony's. So I see that entire site still as St. Anthony's, and occasionally I would go up there when there were Franciscans living there. Now, the Cairns buildings are called after maybe one of the most important economists of all time. Professor Cairns is the first person to stand his ground against extreme laissez-faire at the time of the famine. But these buildings are new to me, so the buildings are new. What were my feelings as I came down? Actually, they were really about Gerard Quinn. Gerard Quinn is a former student of mine, and he went on to have a brilliant PhD in Harvard. And his work is groundbreaking in relation to the rights associated with disability. He's worked not just in Ireland, but in the European Union. And then, of course, as one of those to whom we can thank for the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Disabled. So I was really, Gerard was having an international conference. So I have to tell the truth about it. It was about the importance of the work he's doing, and also because he is somebody, after all, remember I appointed him to the Council of State, very, very much with the contribution that he can make, and it is a great contribution.
Okay, we'll turn to the presidency now, if